Hello again, it.Hope, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be another tech-related video, and this one is actually going to be about the Xbox 360 Kinect add-on review. Now you might be thinking, you know, about this, 'cause I know a lot of people sort of have a love-hate relationship towards the Kinect, even the Xbox One's version, which I actually cannot speak of because I've never tried that. So yeah, but the Xbox 360 Kinect I have tried. Now, the design of it is quite sleek. I think the way it looks and stuff, it looks sort of like, you know, a modern, you know, camera, the way it looks, you know what I mean? But I think it looks quite nice, looks quite sleek, you know what I mean? So, yeah, looks nice and sleek, really, so that's all I can say. So obviously, I'll just show you the, you know, the front and the backs and stuff. So obviously, you've got the front there, you've got, you know, the two cameras and stuff. You know, obviously it tracks you, there. You've also got the Xbox 360 logo, which is quite nice. Yeah, that's all I can say. You got the fans. There's no at the back there, so for the lead, as well as another fan there. Now, obviously, there isn't really much to it, because obviously it is an add-on for the Xbox 360. Another thing I'll show you is the connector port to the console. Now, when this came out, it came out around the time the Xbox 360 Slim had launched. And, well, the same year really. And, so basically how you used it was, you connected it with this, which is the Kinect port for the console. So you didn't really need any extra wires to plug it in. You just plug it in with this, and you're all set, and that's the thing about it. And that was the thing about it, so you all connected it up and running, really. But you might be thinking, well, what about the older 360s? Now, obviously, at that time, you still had the original 360. And one thing that Microsoft did was, and it was quite handy, this, for the older 360 owners. Basically, they included a plug, so they did, which has an end on there, so you can plug the Kinect in, which is that end. So what you do is you would connect it into there. Just get it in. Sorry. So you connect it like that, and bam, you're all set. But you also have an extra USB connector on there, so you would connect it to a USB port and you can use it that way, which is quite handy if you didn't have the Xbox 360 Slim, so if you wanted to use this and stuff. So that was quite handy for for older users of the 360 if they wanted to use the Kinect. Now, my thoughts about in my opinion, well, experience of the Kinect was, I do remember when it was announced back in E3 2009 with the whole Project Natal, or Natial as I used to call it, because I didn't know how that you pronounced it, so I didn't. But it was announced as Project Natal back in E3 2009, and it really excited a lot of people, like, wow, this is really good, like motion controls, everything, on, you know, the Xbox, you know, 360 and stuff. Because obviously Microsoft and even Sony, I'm just going to put that there, we're really cashing into the whole motion controls that Nintendo was doing with the Wii. And obviously Microsoft and Sony wanted to do their own things. So Microsoft released the Kinect for the 360 and Sony released the PS Move for the PlayStation 3. And that's what basically happened. But I do remember when it came out in 2010, and there were advertisements on television everywhere, even online, about the whole, you know, you are the controller, no controller is needed. And I thought it looked really, really cool. I thought, oh, this looks really, really amazing. So basically, you do all the actions whilst it scans you and tracks your movements, and I thought, this is really, really cool. And I actually didn't buy one until 2012. Now, the reason why I didn't get one until then was because I actually wasn't sure whether or not it worked with the original 360. And I thought, okay, I'll just buy a Slim later on and get the Kinect. And obviously, I found out later on, after, like, back in 2011, that you could play it, you could use it with an original 360. It's just that you needed that extra plug and cable to use it on there. So I actually got one in a store called Game, and they were selling them for £60 used, second hand, so they were, which £60 isn't bad. I don't know, no, they weren't second hand, they were new. Some were new, some were used, but you know what I mean. £60 wasn't bad, you know what I mean. And I thought, £60, I want to play this, you know what I mean. I want to get it. So I got it, played a few games and stuff, and I liked it. So I did. I did tell the person who worked there to let him know. Says, does it come with the plug with it? Because obviously I've got an original 360. I had the core model, so I did. And I got it home, set it all up. And you had to obviously go through the whole setup thing. And I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this. And I liked playing it. Like, obviously it came with Kinect Adventures. And I thought, this is really, really cool. I love playing the game. It was sort of like Microsoft's Wii Sports, if you don't think like that. And over time I started buying games for it. But back in like 2013, even 2014, a lot of stores were not selling Xbox 360 Kinect games. They just weren't. And obviously, probably around that time, a lot of developers probably stopped supporting it and focused on the Xbox One's Kinect, you know what I mean? So it was actually quite difficult to actually find games for it, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to find a few, you know what I mean? But you don't really see a lot of them in there. And if you do want to buy them, they usually ask you, have you still got the Kinect? And I say, yes, I do. I've still got it, so that's fine. I just want to make sure, you know what I mean? And I said, okay, I understand. And I played a lot of games on it, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool, I think, for the time on it. Pretty nice device and stuff. But one thing that was sort of a red flag for the Kinect was the return of the Red Ring of Death. Now, the thing with the Kinect was, I remember reading back in late 2010, early 2011, of people getting the Red Ring of Death with the original 360, with them owning a Kinect. And I was sort of wary about whether or not should I get it, and I thought, I want to get the Kinect, I want to play some of the games. But if it's going to Red Ring a console, I don't want that happening. And unfortunately, it actually caused the Red Ring of Death on it. Every time I played it, it kept freezing. So I had to basically turn the console off, turn it back on after a few minutes, and then I played it and then it kept freezing again. And I thought, flipping it, this is ridiculous, you know what I mean? This is getting annoying. And after a while, I ended up getting the Red Ring of Death. It just annoyed me, it really, really annoyed me. And I kept doing that process over and over again, and it kept red ringing. So I couldn't really play the Kinect, and I couldn't really play much of the games. And after a while, it fully red ringed. Like I said, when I did my Xbox 360 video, I stated in that video that I got the Red Ring of Death 22 times, and that was truthful with the original model. So I really didn't play it much after that, so I didn't. But when I got my Xbox 360 Slim, then I started playing it again, playing lots of games, and having fun with it. And I've played a lot of the Kinect and stuff, it was pretty cool. I've not really bought much for it lately. I bought the Sonic Riders game last year, so I did. And it was actually pretty good, you know what I mean? Sort of, struggles to understand my movements, but, it did okay and stuff. But it's not bad, you know what I mean? Even though it gets a lot of hatred from a lot of people. But, yeah, the Xbox 360 Kinect, a little interesting peripheral, an interesting add-on for the console. There are actually several few games that are actually really, really worth playing for this. But obviously you need the Kinect itself, you know what I mean? So, just how it goes and stuff. Because Kinects now, they go for really, really cheap. Sometimes you can see them for like £20 to £30, which is ridiculous, because obviously that is, 7 years later. Because obviously a lot of people don't really bother with the Kinect. Same with the Xbox Ones, you know what I mean, Kinects. A lot of people don't really bother with it anymore. One thing we'll say is obviously it was okay with understanding, speech and stuff. Sometimes it worked well and sometimes it didn't, but for what I got out of it, it worked well, so it did. So yeah, it's a little interesting device. Hated by a lot of people, loved by others, you know what I mean? I like it. I think it's an interesting little device. I've not played it in years, but you know what I mean? Like a lot of people. But I should really play it and hook it up again and stuff. Because there are a few games that are well worth on this. One thing that's annoying with this, the Xbox 360 Kinect games are not backwards compatible with the Xbox One. You know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean? Maybe I think obviously Microsoft doesn't really give two fingers about the Kinect anymore. You know what I mean? They pretty much said, "Screw you, we don't need you anymore." You know what I mean? So, but obviously, you know, the Xbox One had it as well. So, yeah. So yeah, the Kinect, a little interesting device, a bit different. And just want to say, hope you enjoyed my video and stuff. So I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. My next video will be on Wednesday, the 27th of December. The reason I won't be doing it, obviously, on Tuesday, because obviously it's Boxing Day, and I'll be out with family. There'll be no video on Monday, because obviously it's Christmas Day. So my next video will be on Wednesday. Next Wednesday coming. So I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And hope you all have a great Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Just enjoy yourselves with family, friends, drink, food, television programs, video games, whatever. Just have a flipping amazing time and just enjoy yourselves. Have a great relaxing Christmas, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye.